the end of an era. The twins are getting nerfed. This is 5.08 dev node. This is not like a little balance patch. It's a huge game-changing thing to Summoner's War. The twins are getting nerfed though. Here's my question. The twins have been out for a long time. The twins are basically the meta in like almost everything. Just use twins, just use twins. For the past year, everything has been just use twins. So if the twins dominate everything, like I'm gonna play both sides of the story, right? If the twins dominate everything in the entire game and there's no use for most of the other 4-stars, that could indicate that like maybe they're a little strong, right? There should be at least, people should be using the rest of the 4-stars, but for the most part, most of the communities just use twins, just use twins. On the other side of the spectrum, they waited a year to do this. And in addition to why was it a year? Unless they wanted to keep getting people to summon for twins and buying transmogs. And isn't it convenient on the other side of the spectrum? Isn't it convenient that we did not get this dev note a week ago, 2 weeks ago, when they were trying to sell the skins for the twins. Skins for the twins. We did not get this then. We got this right after the skins pack expired. The transmog pack expired. Isn't that interesting that we didn't see it beforehand? Curious. Very curious. But I mean, from a balancing perspective, and I know this is not going to be a popular opinion, from a balancing perspective, it shouldn't be one monster dominating everything in a game. Although, you could say the same about Lucian. But they should have done this. Like, if they were going to do this, they should have done this a long time ago. Before everyone invested into them. Before everyone was like, I'm just going to feed all my other monsters because I just need to build the twins. So, I see both sides of the story, but this is a big change to the game. And this is a big change to everything. Because not just the twins were nerfed, right? Actually, some twins were balanced and tweaked. So some of them are stronger. Some of them are... We'll get to that. But all the PvP, I mean not the PvP, the PvE elements are changed too. Like, the dungeons are being nerfed to be easier. So this is a huge thing. Like, they want it to be super easy accessible because they know how hard it is to catch up. They want it to be super easy accessible. And some people are pissed off because they're like, my things are like they're amazing, like top 10 super great scores are being they're gonna be reset, right? After this patch, but they would be changed anyway. They would be changed. Other people would be beating it anyway because now everyone's gonna have faster giant times and stuff like that. So everything's gonna be reset. The times and the scores are gonna kind of be irrelevant now. So let's talk about it because I mean like everything is getting nerfed. Like all the PvE dungeons are getting nerfed. Okay, so we put a lot of thoughts. Sure you did. I went through many tests. Bad time. Okay, and we hope you'll find this update. See, this is why I like not taking money from Com2Us, because then I can just say whatever I want, and I don't have to worry about like, oh, that's a breach of contract, Bagel. Like, no, I just say whatever. They don't like that though. That's why they want to keep offering me money. They're like, we'll give you money to promote the game. I'm like, yeah, I already promote the game. What are you giving me money for? So that there's a contract involved. I can't say things that you don't want me to say. Anyway, what is it? Giants, Dragons, Necropolis. Number of waves changed from 5 to 4. Second wave of each battle will be removed. So there's a wave of minions. There's a wave where there's like a mid-boss. And then there's another wave of minions. And there's you have done this a million times. I don't need to tell you how what the waves are. But they're taking the second wave of minions out. So it's going to be wave, boss, wave, boss. Which means I don't think that you're going to need a second Lucian for any of these anymore. So things are going to definitely change. All the dungeons are going to be faster. You're basically getting a faster... Look at it this way. You're basically getting a faster dungeon time, even though they're nerfing the twins. So, you're getting a faster dungeon time already. Hooray. Magic Dungeon, Tribute Dungeon, modification on essences. So the essences are going to be... are just going to be increase the amount of essences that drop. Basically, there's a lot of early game farm essences. Not really too much end game. End game's like... Unless you're fusing a lot of stuff, right? So you don't really farm a tremendous amount of essences end game. Early game farms probably too much essences because they're like, I'm going to awaken every 4-star I have and then worry about building it and farming runes for it. I know you do that early game. I know you do that. New players, I know you stop doing that. You don't need to awaken every single 4-star before you even 5-star it or build it or rune it. That's a no-no. Don't do that. That wastes a lot of time. Farm runes. Convenience improvement. So there is... What else? Choose which monster you want to attack in the mid-boss stage, which we've wanted for how long? We wanted for a long time. We've been asking, the community has been asking. Cairos does a lot of things that the community asks for. Just like 2 years later. It's always a 2 years later situation. So whatever you think needs to get buffed, whatever you think needs to get nerfed, it will happen. Wait a year, maybe wait 2 years. This is a consistent thing though. They take so long to do anything. All the time. This has been for years. Like the entirety of the game. They do what needs to be done way late. Way late. Always late. They're always late on everything. If they did all this stuff, like, there's so many things that if they did earlier, people would be so much happier with the game overall. Anyway, that's besides the point. Cairos Dungeon, we would like to stress the summoners might feel the accessibility through this improvement. It's just going to be faster. So everyone's going to be able to do dungeons faster, even with the twins nerf. Raid battle changes. Instead of 4 phases, there's going to be 2 phases. As the phase gets shortened, the stats of the boss in each phase will be adjusted properly. I'm not sure how this is going to affect KB5. I know. See, and here's the thing: a lot of endgame players assume, for whatever reason, that everyone is doing KB5. Most of the community is not doing KB5 or QB5 or any speed R5. Most of the community still, more than half of them, are still doing regular, just whatever R5 teams because they're like, I'm not good at speed tuning, I don't have the rune requirements, etc., don't have the skill ups, don't have the tower upgrades. So a lot of the community is still doing regular R5. So this should be easier. I think this might nerf KB5 and make it easier for regular R5 runs, but I'm going to check on that. I will test it, and I will see. So anyway, there's all this stuff here. And then we have Rift Raid unlock condition easier. So instead of needing 30% for everything to reach the next level, you only need 15%, which, I mean, I feel like the 30% was fine. Because, I mean, if you can't do 30% contribution, at least, like, once, then you are probably doing raids before you should be doing them in the first place. So I think this might be a bad thing to making it easier and more accessible for people to do R5. I don't know if this is necessarily a good thing. 15% or higher to unlock R4. Like, then you're going to have people doing R4 with, like, 5-star monsters. They're like, well, how'd they even unlock it? Like, well, they just had a few debuffs. They put a few debuffs on the boss and then died. And then now they're raiding R4 because they think that that's the thing that they need to be doing. Don't raid until you have a full team that's built for raids. Don't just take 5 random units that are not awakened and 5-starred in raids. That's not good. That's kind of mean to the people that you're raiding with, and you'll get kicked a lot, and you should. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. If you're not putting the effort in, like, I raid on so many accounts. I'm just saying, I raid on so many accounts, and there's so many people that, like, are raiding with, like, bad stuff, and they just throw 6 monsters in. 5 monsters? 6 monsters in, and it's not really a raid team. So I'm concerned that this is just going to make more people that shouldn't be raiding raid instead of build good raid teams. People need to build good raid teams. That's the thing. So anyway, concerned about the efficiency gap between the decks that use certain monsters, Lightning, Emperor, and Valkyria, and decks that don't use them. See, that's the whole premise behind these. So anyway, they're hoping that other things will be used more, and KB5 will be used less overall. Rift Dungeon balancing, so this is the Rift Beasts. Battle change from 1-2-3 stage to 1-2 stage, so now people are going, it's going to be so much easier. See, that kind of makes my job irrelevant, because it's like, oh, this is how to get triple S, and this is how to build a team, and this and that. And then they're like, let's just make it really easy. Okay, I mean, that's good for farming, that's good for the community, right? It's just, for me, it's like, oh, well, that's content for me to do, right? So, yeah, Groggy State will be shortened. So it's only 1 time, previously 2 times. So now it's going to be easier to do the Rift Beasts, just in general. So, due to new bonus score, difficulty of achieving S rank will be eased. Yes, Anyway, so basically they're changing the Rift Beasts to make them easier. They're changing a lot of stuff to make it easier. Wind Beast, Light Beast, balancing modification. Damage inflict on boss will remove the electric shock debuff through recovery will be increased. Though recovery will be increased. I need to learn how to read, guys. I need to learn how to read. HP of Distorted Shield will be reduced. Damage reduction rate of multi-hit attacks will be increased. See, here's the thing. The Wind Beast and the Light Beast, when we were talking about the Dark Vampire Lord, when I was like, is this the real reason that they did the Dark Vampire Lord? And then Counter was like, it may have had something to do with it. It may have had something to do with it. I was like, I knew it. Because I was in game dev, so I know things that, like, you have to do things because you have to, like, see where there's a problem and then, like, address it somehow. So it was one of the things that killed a few birds with one stone, or was attempting to. But people just didn't really use the Dark Vampire Lord like they were hoping that they would. So they had to change the Wind Beast and the Light Beast because they're the most difficult Rift Beast for people in general. That was some of the things that they were hoping for with the Vampire Lord already. But anyway, materials required for summoning attack type homunculus have been changed. So now it is super easy, way easier to do these homunculuses now. That's a noticeable. They're just making it so accessible for people to. And I would have loved for this to be kind of easier to be built a while ago, but it took a while. But I think this is good. Here for the homunculus. We're getting to the twins. Rip the twins. Oh yeah, the battle playtime in Rift Dungeon is somewhat longer than other dungeons, so we wanted to make sure the satisfaction over time gets improved. It is a thing. Like, it takes way longer to farm the new rune sets, like fight runes. So hard. People have been playing for years that don't have good fight runes. Don't even have decent fight runes. They're like, I got some 5-star fight runes that I kept because they're fight runes, and I felt like 5-star fight runes might be usable because they're fight runes, even if the monster is crappy. Because we just make dilution good and make the other monsters crappy because we just dilution everything. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's good. That there is easier to get the homunculus, easier to get. Also, they made it easier to get the Ifrit as well, which we'll see later. But they made it easier to get the Ifrit. Okay, Chakram Dancer, Fire Chakram Dancer. Well, why am I doing? I already know. Shane, it was nice. You had a good run. Okay. Precision passive previously, and then the light one is also, you see the light one's changed there too. Precision passive decreases enemy's defense for 1 turn with every attack, and the attack bar of enemies granted with harmful effects will be decreased by 15% each. Damage Boomerang Warrior inflicts on target will decrease the attack bar by 15% when they attack together. We know what it does. Attack gauge decrease and defense break. Accuracy, now it's going to be accuracy increased. Weakens the enemy's defense for 1 turn. Still does an AoE weaken defense. And then accuracy. Instead of attack each pushback, it's just accuracy. So, Whip Shade. I mean, she's still usable, but they also changed her leader skill. So, that's kind of a big one. Leader skill and attack each pushback. You're not going to see the Shayna Martina defense cheese. And then you're not going to see the Shayna Martina as... I got to do... Quest for Wings. We got to get it done. We got to get it done before this takes effect. Oh, my God. Or start using Gani Hathor. Yeah, where's the Gani Hathor balance? Buddy. Come to us. Buddy. Got you burritos. Actually, it's a different office. I got the U.S. office burritos. They have nothing to do with this balance patch. Don't yell at them. Don't yell at the U.S. office, please. They have nothing to do with this balance patch. So previously, for the Light Chakram, the one that everyone has, previously inflicts damage, ignores target's defense with 25% chance, which is doo-doo. It was just, you need an inability effect, and then it's like, maybe it can be almost as good as Lucian, if you get lucky and then also get lucky again. If there's a condition and then you get lucky. Now, inflict additional damage proportion to enemy's max HP with every attack. Boomerang Warriors will also grant the same effect when they attack together. So, this is, in my opinion, this is a buff. I know you're like, they took the ignore defense out. It was crap anyway. It was crap on top of crap. It was never activating. It was crap. They buffed the Light Chakram. I know people don't care about this. They're not talking about this. Like, Light Chakram is crap. We don't even want to read it. This is going to be easier in TOA hard. If you're going to TOA the twins, there's no attack each pushback. But if you're going to TOA the twins, the Light Chakram is going to do more damage to bosses. Light Chakram is going to be really good for for the Water Rift Beast as well. I mean, the water, the water, Hall of Water. I figured it out eventually. Okay, Fire leader skill changed from speed lead. Rip the speed lead. She's not a PvP unit anymore. She's man. Shayna was a Nat 5 though. Shayna was a Nat 5. I'll say that Shayna was a Nat 5, but it's good now. She's got an attack powered dungeon leader skill, which is great. It is good, but rip that arena speed lead made a lot of things relevant. Now it's more Nat 5 game. Can't Nat 4 cheese it. Water leader skill increases crit rate in the arena by 24%. Is now crit rate in dungeons by 24%. No one's going to use that anyway. Wind leader skill increases HP in monsters in arena, which I don't think anyone uses. Increases HP in dungeons. Not really any people use the wind chakram anyway. Wait, is that the one I use? I use them. Not as much as the Shayna, but I use them. Is that the one I was using for arena? I don't know. Light one, increased attack power of ally monsters in arena. Is now attack speed of ally monsters in dungeons. Dark one is increases accuracy, is now increases accuracy in dungeons. So everything, you know what? I could have just said everything in arena is now in dungeons. Hey guys, if you didn't listen to all that, everything in arena is now in dungeons. GG. And some of the things are changed, like Shayna. They buffed the, they changed the light one's leader skill to the fire one, and the fire one to the light one. Okay. Could have also said that would have been much easier to say, Bagel. So, Water Boomerang Warrior and Dark Boomerang Warrior, those are the ones that obviously everyone is using the most. The people that 95% of the community is like, the Dark one, I don't use that the most, Bagel. I don't use that. Please explain. Look at my dungeon records. I don't use the Dark one. It's because I don't have her. Bagel, you dumb Bagel. Anyway. Receives 35% less damage from enemies granted with no beneficial effects. You know, this the damage decrease buff. It's now 15 less damage instead of 35, basically. It's just a nerf. It's just a straight nerf. It's not even a change. Dark Absorb Shadow previously steals one of the beneficial effects. Damage increased by 50% up to 3 times whenever this effect occurs. And granted on the Chakram Dancer. Now it's going to steal one beneficial effect. Damage increases by 10%. This is the only thing. It's just the straight nerf. Both of these are just straight nerfs. They're not going to have as much damage mitigation on the Water Boomerang. They're not going to have as much damage multiplication on the Dark Boomerang. So, I mean, that's... They didn't even go for it like a little bit. They're like, oh, you know what? Let's take the 35. Let's make it 25. They're like, nope, 15. Then they take the 50% from the Dark Boomerang, and they're like, 50? Let's make it 10. Let's just nerf it by 80%. Let's make it 10. Oh, you know what? Here's another thing. This accumulates up to 15 times. 15 times. So it does accumulate up to the max. It takes longer to get there. Kind of like Artemiel. So it takes longer to stack. Balancing modification of twins is prudent and important matter. I mean, the twins it is a twins meta. You just use the twins in everything. There's no really finesse to building dungeon teams anymore. It's just use twins. Some until you get twins, use twins. Then transmog them, cause money. To their outstanding efficiency, that's one way of putting it. Twins are overwhelmingly used in PvP and PvE. We thought this is impacting the strategical side and monster variety in the game. Absolutely. No, absolutely. Like, I completely get that, and it does make sense. Unfortunately, on the other side, everyone already invested super heavily into building the twins, so it's kind of a rip for everyone that's like, I'm just not going to build. And now people have to actually build. People that have been like newer to the game and just summoned until they got twins and then just built only twins might have to rune up. I still think that the twins are going to be very usable. I think you can still use the twins, to be honest. You need better runes on them. They're still usable. You just need better runes on them, to be honest. So, anyway. Well, I mean, but Shayna Martina, the cheese cleave is not going to be the same. Rip all the people that were using that. Oh wait, that's me too. Okay, never mind. Anyway, but I get the point. And I hope that you guys also get why they wanted to do this, because they have 500 monsters in the game. and they want to make a variety. They should have done this a long time ago, though. I will say they should have done this a long time ago. Anyway, Scenario Dimensional Rift experience increased so that you can build 6 stars faster. That's always good, right? Especially for early game. They're trying to make things accessible to early game players so that early game players can catch up easier and faster and without. And in a game that's 5 years old, they kind of have to do that. Or they definitely have to do that. So they're trying to do whatever they feel is the smartest decision for the overall health and growth of the game. And then they have the Ifrit summoning pieces reduced, which I mentioned earlier. So yeah, lowering the hurdles of certain monsters, Ifrit homunculus will be helpful for them in that. Yeah, it's there. A lot of it is trying to stop the meta from being one thing of just twins and make it more accessible for people overall that are newer to the game. So. Anyway, I know a lot of people are pissed about the twins, though. I know the twins are still usable. It's not like you invest in the twins and they're not going to be usable anymore. Now, at least the light chakram is going to be, in my opinion, more useful, though. She's got the AoE stuns, and she's got the damage based on max HP. So that's going to still be good. That's good. You might see her being used more in TOA now. What do you guys think? You guys think she'll be used more in TOA? I think she'll definitely be used in the water. Hall of Water. Not the Water Rift Beast. I always say this, too. Hall of Water. Anyway, that's for this one. Sorry I didn't get this out earlier. I was going to get this out earlier, but I was recording the project vlog. It's all recorded. I just have to edit it now. But yeah, I was doing that until late. And then I slept, and then I woke up, and everyone was like, the twins are getting nerfed. And I'm like, no! Why did I sleep? Why? Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you as always in the next one.